All right, so US is another beautiful day right here. We are still in the farm, and welcome to our channel once again. And today we are back to the field, or back on the field to learn about cracking of cocoa. And once again, Mr. Isaac is here to help us with some tutorials regarding the cocoa. So, Mr. Isaac, welcome once again.
Okay, thank you, and
Mm,
good morning once again.
mm,
Okay, so with the pause we harvested down, we
mm,
could see about three categories or four categories of pods here.
mm,
The first one is a pod that has been affected with black pod.
okay.
So as you can see the beans, it easily breaks. So it's a contaminated bean. You cannot add it to the regular one
Mm,
as compared to the healthy bean. You
mm,
press it and it will still be stiff. It will never crack.
mm,
But the unhealthy one, the one affected by black pod, you press it small one, you could see that it is smashing into pieces. Yes.
okay.
So this is the black pod one. You don't add it to the healthy ones. You discard all those pods
Mm-hmm.
and later bury them.
Okay.
And we have another pod here, which is almost to the point of germination. This is a perfect one. It's the one that has been affected by Akate. They suck the water around the bean. So once there is no water around the bean, germination will take place.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a classical example of a bean that has been affected with Akate. So when you take this pod to, this is an immature pod. So let's break it and see what would happen. So as you can see, very hard, and the bean cannot come out. You have to peel off the whole pod. But when you take the matured one, once you break it, very simple, you can even scoop it off with your hand.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So after breaking the pods, we have our women here who have been taking the placenta out of the cocoa bean. This is how it is done. So you discard of this placenta. You shouldn't allow this placenta to be part of the fermentation process. So we take it out. So basically, you can use a knife or a small cutlass, but it shouldn't be sharp. It should be a blunt one, because when you cut the beans, it may be rejected, and you shouldn't use a big cutlass for your breaking of pods. It can cause a lot of injury. So you can use a knife, but it should be blunt.
Okay.
Yes. Some also use wood to
Mm-hmm.
break the pod. So after everything, we take the placenta out and take it to the fermentation point.
All right.
So with time, you will be done with the breaking of pods and continue the fermentation.
Oh, okay. All right. So one thing that somebody also want to learn about this is you are talking about the fermentation process. So usually, how many days is it going to take for the whole beans to get fermented?
Okay. Depending on the number of beans you place on the fermentation mat. So it's usually between 5 to 7 days, but the most recommended day is 6.
Okay.
You shouldn't do under fermentation or over fermentation.
Okay.
So 6 days is recommended for your fermentation.
All right. All right. So behind me, I'm seeing something happening there already. That means this plantain leaves are
Yes,
the ones that they are going to
we are going to use for the
fermentation
fermentation.
process. Oh, okay. So I think when you get there too, you talk about that aspect too as well.
Yes.
So all right. So all right. Something here. So what process is this?
Okay, so this is the fermentation.
Mm,
Yes, we've heard fermentation a lot. Cocoa also needs to undergo fermentation. And with the fermentation, this is our platform. We use banana leaves. Banana. Okay, you can use plantain as well. All you need is an organic or a natural thing. Some people have been using mosquito nets and other things which are not recommended. This is an organic thing we are producing. So as we can see, there are some sweatings on the cocoa, on the cocoa bean. Those sweatings helps the bean undergo fermentation. So the sweatings around the cocoa would ferment, which will give the cocoa its color, the right chocolate color and flavor, everything. So it will undergo a 6-day process. So after laying the foundation, the main reason for laying the foundation is to not to allow foreign materials like this to mix up with the cocoa beans. So you have to lay a platform. After that, you also use the plantain leaves to cover it, and it will undergo two processes. Those who are familiar with science will know respiration, this aerobic and anaerobic. The first one is a anaerobic one, which is not allowing oxygen or air to enter. That will be for the first 3 days. So you cover it just like the way I'm doing. So there are about 4 methods of fermentation. Some also use the basket worm, basket to ferment. Others also would construct a box they can ferment inside. But this one is the commonest one, which is the heap type. So it has been heaped. Okay, so after covering it for 3 days, because there may be winds and other things, sometimes you have to cover the leaves with some heavy substances, like this substrate of plantain, the pseudostem of plantain. You place it on the banana leaves to avoid them being lifted by strong winds. So this is the process you undergo for anaerobic, and scientifically it has been proven that after you undergo this process, you should allow for aerobic too, which is the turning of the fermented beans the next 3 days, which is the aerobic, to allow oxygen to air to penetrate through. And the reason why we cover is to allow for to generate heat, so that bacteria and yeast and bacteria, lactic acid, would increase the fermentation process. So the 3rd day, it's advisable to allow air to circulate, and you turn the heap so that the one on top can also go down to allow for proper fermentation. That's within 6 days, usually 5 to 7 days, but the most recommended is 6 days.
Oh, okay. So that means within 3 days' time, the farmer has to come back to the farm to turn it.
To turn it.
Wow. Then if your farm is far, then you are going to suffer.
Yes.
Is it necessary for you to always come back within the 3 days' time to turn it, or you can decide not to?
Considering if you want the bean to undergo proper fermentation, and the main reason you do fermentation, one, it would increase the flavor of the cocoa. You have the chocolate smell that gives it the chocolate smell, and it would also help increase the weight if you do proper fermentation. That's if all the beans undergo proper fermentation. So if you want to increase the flavor and the weight of the cocoa, is very, very advisable, especially when you have a lot of beans on the fermentation mat. But if it's just a few, maybe you can leave it for the whole 6 days. But it's very, very recommended you do the 3-3, making 6.
All right. So any other thing?
So after the 6th day, you just the amount of water in is now about 55%. So
All right.
after the 6 days, it will reduce to about 7% before you take it for drying under natural sun. We don't use fire or anything to dry. Everything about cocoa is natural.
All right. Okay. All right. So thank you very much for your time, Tio. All right. So viewers, I think you've learned something from this particular channel and from what you have just shared with us. So all you have to do is to just subscribe, hit on that subscription button, and stick and stay with us. Always come back to this channel and learn more things about farm issues right here on this channel. So until then, catch you in another episode. And don't forget to share this video with others too as well. Thank you.